Mario Maker 2 has had a lot of updates, but eventually it ended with the Super Mario Bros. 2 Mushroom adding a really cool mechanic to the game. Now, we've talked about a lot of updates that could come to Mario Maker 2 or eventually into Mario Maker 3 and what things they could add from other Mario franchises. And of course, we talked about different themes as well and different game styles, such as having a Super Mario Galaxy game style. Now, we talked about that already, but what if Nintendo simply just added some items from Super Mario Galaxy that completely changed the gameplay? Now, for these items to work, Mario would have to have his signature spin attack, and also the ability to use IR motion control aim in order to click and move things on the screen. Well, today I have 22 different items that Nintendo could bring from Mario Galaxy and place in Mario Maker and how they would actually work. So, if you guys are excited to see how these work and excited to see more things like this in the future, make sure you stop what you're doing right now, leave a like and subscribe to stay up to date on all things Mario Maker and all things Nintendo in general. The first item we have is the Ball Beamer or the Ring Beamer. This shoots out red rings around a surface. Now in Mario Galaxy it's around a planet or a small moon or something like that. Well, in this game it will just shoot out in a horizontal line, kind of similar to the ones in Mario 3D World, where you have to jump over the rings until you get to the center of it, where you can spin the bolt off the top of it, breaking them. They could add the fire pressures or the water shooters. Now these all shoot, obviously fire and water. The fire pressure shoots out balls of fire at a steady pace, and we really don't have anything that shoots that out right now, so that would be a cool little gimmick to add. And then obviously the water pressure one could add to different mobility options. Maybe you'll shoot these bubbles that you can hop in, and you can change the trajectory as to where Mario flies, whether it shoots him very high, shoots him very low, or shoots him just to another platform that you want him to get to. The floating mines or the water mines could be used, obviously, as just mines. I don't think we have anything as far as like really good obstacles, especially for underwater, so you could have these chain mines that are chained to the bottom of the ocean floor on your water levels, and once one explodes, it works like a sort of chain reaction, exploding everything else nearby. I would like to see meteors falling from the sky an option. Like, you can choose how fast they fall, where they fall at the most, and I would just like to see chunks of fiery debris falling from the sky, making your levels a little bit more difficult and adding some design to them. Prickly plants would be really cool to add because they could maybe block off certain sections of your level. Maybe you stack a whole bunch of these up and the only way to get through them is to have Yoshi eat one, or you have to hit these fruit into it, which you could place on your map as well. Now, this isn't really a big deal. You could also just put munchers or different other type of items like piranha plants or something in your way, but these can only be broken by fruit or Yoshi's tongue, so it would make it, an essential to use one of those things. Arrow switches could be crucial to change the gravity for Mario. You could have them walking on walls, walking on the left wall, the right wall, even the one above you. And you can change all of this by switching the arrow to whatever, area that you want the arrow to be aiming. You can switch it in 4 total directions, and you can place this in one area at a time, but this would be really cool in order to have those aspects added. Now, there are specific levels. For instance, I think it's the original Mario Bros. Theme at night on a specific area. I don't know if it's sky or underground, one of them that allows you to actually walk on the walls. Now, that's kind of like this, but you actually have to set the theme before the level even starts and before you even create the level. This way, you can actually do this mid-level. Now, black holes would probably be more cosmetic than anything, because at the end of the day, if you want a player to fall, you can just put nothing down below and just have them fall in a pit. But a black hole would kind of pizzazz things up. Maybe even if you get close to one, it'll start to suck you up and bring a gravity effect towards the black hole so it can suck you in. And that could be kind of cool, new ways to add death planes anywhere on the stage besides just below. You could have one above, you go to the left, to the right, slowly start to drag Mario in as he gets close to it. Honey can be used to obviously climb up to things. Maybe you could put honey on the side of walls or even on the ground to stick on in case there's some heavy wind or something that you want to add to your levels, and you can stick onto the honey. Or once again, just climbing up surfaces, getting to very high points when you don't necessarily have that Cat Mario suit from the 3D World theme. Considering the fact that this is probably going to end up in the new Super Mario Bros. Theme, which would make the most sense. So I am definitely expecting there to be some type of honey, because why not be able to climb things? Dark matter is more like hidden spots that kind of erase your terrain. Now, you can place these down and they'll pretty much just put gaps in a certain amount of terrain that you have. Maybe it's by 2 inches or 3 inches of terrain, it'll put a gap in it as it moves back and forth, making it very scary to fall in, because if you fall in, it will of course fall to whatever is underneath. Or sometimes you can use it to maybe purposely have the player drop to a lower platform and keep rising back up to a higher platform. This would be pretty cool and a cool way to have Mario go through platforms in order to get back up to the highest one. Water valves can be used to obviously change water pressure. Maybe you can put little fountains all over the map and able to change how much water they're shooting out in order to use the water pressure to reach a higher area. And you'll have to use these valves and probably mess around with lots of them and set them up to be attached to specific spouts. Rubbery bulb plants can be used just like they are in a 3D space, but in 2D. You can set them up and hit them either to the left or to the right, breaking different objects or hitting different enemies that otherwise can't really be touched, such as spiked plants or even munchers. So these could be used in a really cool way, and they could stretch pretty far. So I could see people using this in some crazy ways, maybe to even bounce Mario back off and hit him in another direction. But these could be really cool in Mario Maker, probably one of my favorites. The treasure box or treasure chest in Mario Galaxy are nothing that serious. I mean, they could really come from all types of different games, but this is very cool because it allows you to put things inside, and the only way to open it up is a specific shell, especially the gold ones, which require a gold Koopa Troopa shell. So maybe you could place a gold shell somewhere in the level, and you have to take it all the way back to the chest in order to get a key that you place inside, or something else that's very significant for the level, like a specific item. Now, the shell would obviously respawn the way it does in Mario Galaxy if you lose it, making it, accessible even though you mess up. We have launch/sling stars. Either of these would be really cool to have. Now, launch stars would be a little bit more difficult to implement because the levels are not that big, but you could have a destination where Mario flies all the way to a specific area, or maybe you can have him fly to a completely other portion of the level, your second portion of the level, or maybe you can just have sling stars that shoots Mario up to higher platforms. This sounds more realistic and probably would work the best just to give Mario the little bit of height that he needs in order to get to a platform that otherwise he couldn't reach. Pool stars can be added in order to grab and swing yourself into another pool stars, so this would obviously have to work with motion control. Nintendo would have to add that for Mario Maker, at least for Mario Galaxy styles. I don't even know how this would work. Like I said, only thing Mario needs for all these to work is for his signature spin and obviously some type of motion control. I feel like Nintendo could do it. I mean, there's literally motion controls already on the Switch for Mario Galaxy on the Switch, so this would definitely work. And there's even motion controls right now for Mario Maker in order to build things in a level. So all they would have to do is add that and have you grab things and pull yourself to them. Bubbles would also be the same situation where you can place these bubble machines down where Mario could hop into one and you can blow him around a maze that you create for yourself. This would obviously be all in a 2D aspect and a little bit different, but you can blow Mario up, down, left, and right in order to dodge different things that are coming in, such as bullet bills that you have shooting at him or even cannonballs. This way you could have a truly floorless level besides using the clown car all the time. And sling pods are a lot like pool stars, where you can pretty much touch one and you'll get stuck to it, and you can pull and launch Mario to another one or launch him to a higher platform. This would also work pretty decently well in 2D. The only difficult part would be they would have to sit on a 2D platform, meaning that you would have to fling yourself up and over another platform instead of directly into another one, unless you had them kind of dangling off the side of a platform. That could work, but for the most part, these would be pretty cool, but I think pool stars would probably just be the only thing added if they were to go this route. But these were definitely worth mentioning. And for the last 5 items we had, the first one we have Floaty Fluffs. Now these are kind of like dandelions that Mario can grab, and you get 3 shakes in order to make your way to the next platform. And you could use different gusts of wind to help you. Yeah, that could technically be another gimmick added to the game, is more wind, but this would be a pretty cool way to glide yourself across the stage. Boost rings could technically be used in the air, maybe to just shoot Mario forward really fast in order to get ready to run. But I think these would work really good, of course, like they do in Mario Galaxy underwater. You can use shells in order to swim underwater, which, spoiler alert, we'll get to in a second. But these will help boost Mario while he is underneath the water. Whether he is just simply swimming or hanging on to something, he will move faster horizontally in the water. And of course, you can use shells underwater, or at least specific Mario Galaxy style shells underwater, where you'll have the little spotlight in front of you, and you can move in a really fast pace, either left or right, while underwater. Really fast instead of the slow swim that we're used to. The last 2 I just decided to group together since they're so similar is the trapeze and a rope swing. Now we actually have vines already in Mario Maker
but none of them are really good at swinging. I would want one that actually is really good at swinging, so that way you can make a full jungle level where you can swing from vine to vine like Donkey Kong, or even the trapezes, which allow Mario to do a little flip after he jumps off of one and land on the next one, would be a really cool addition to the game, and something that I think Mario should add no matter what theme, or even if this isn't Mario Galaxy. These should definitely be in the game because they add a little bit more pizzazz to those jungle levels. And these are the Mario Galaxy gimmick items that I would add to Mario Maker 2. If I missed any, or any that you think I should have added, make sure you comment them down below from Super Mario Galaxy. And thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you enjoyed this video, I will definitely make more talking about the items and characters of not even Mario Galaxy, but other Mario games that could be added to Mario Maker 2 as well. But thank you so much for tuning in, and if you enjoyed the video, please stop what you're doing, make sure you leave a like and subscribe to stay updated on all things Mario, all things Mario Maker, all things Nintendo in general, and like always, I'll see you all on the next one. See ya, guys.